So the first part of this talk is going to be a little interactive. It's like a choose your own adventure book, right? But what you're going to do is just close your eyes for a moment. Trust me on this. And I want you to think about your favorite memory of a meal gathered around a table with family or friends. And hopefully you're lucky and you've got several to choose from. But once you find yourself there, see if you can remember what that table looked like. See if you can recall what the details were like. Maybe some scratches and dents. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come on back. But keep that memory in the back of your mind. If you're sentimental like me, you can see some of those scratches and dents, and each one has a story, a memory connected to it. Furniture is like time travels with us in this universe through space and time. If I see that table, I'm taken right back to that meal. Like the smell of a fresh-baked casserole can transport you to a whole different place. But while we're here, let's re-envision that memory. But what is it like at that table? There's no place to sit. How different a scene it is. And how different would our lives have unfolded if we didn't have that place to sit, that place to eat, or that place to sleep. This is a hidden reality that many in our community face. Folks wake up every day in this city after sleeping on the floor in their own home. This is furniture poverty. Folks are striving for a better life. They're getting their kids off to school, getting themselves off to work, but the path to self-sufficiency is long. And putting a roof over your head is only the beginning. Folks are struggling to break the cycle of poverty, overcoming racism, sexism, bigotry, violence, human trafficking, incarceration, addiction, natural disasters, and some of them are doing it while sleeping. As Linda said, my name is Derrick Sides, and this is where the Barnabas Network comes in. We're the Triad's only nonprofit furniture bank, which means we collect furniture that people don't want and don't need, and we give it to families that do want it, desperately need it, for free. Furniture bank is sort of an interesting term. We know what both of those words mean separately, but when you put them together, they mean something entirely different, entirely more powerful. And I feel like our actions as individuals are similar. I'll tell you another story. Once upon a time in a magical land called Greensboro, North Carolina, there was a gentleman named Darnell Brown. And Darnell had a pickup truck. And Darnell was the type of guy that would ride around in his pickup truck, and if he saw a nice piece of furniture on the side of the road, he would pick it up. And he would find one of his friends and neighbors who needed a helping hand. He'd give that piece of furniture at home and give his friends some help. In another part of the city, there was another fellow, once upon a time named Tim Patterson. And he and the congregation at Holy Trinity Episcopal Church got together with their friends over at First Presbyterian Church, who then got together with Christ United Methodist Church, and then they got together with a lot of other folks. And they came together about this idea of how do we create systemic encouragement? What can we do as a collective to help each other? And the year was 2005. Some might remember late that summer, Hurricane Katrina hit. Devastating war. So many families left what they lost there, and they found themselves here in Greensboro, being greeted with open arms, as Greensboro often does as a gas city. Folks were coming together to house and to clothe and to feed these families. And this group and Darnell happened to realize that in the mix of that, they had left so much, and they were still sleeping on the floor, even though they had the warm embrace of our city. So they took action. They felt that pain and they stepped up. And Darnell had the know-how. The church and some corporations donated warehouse space. Some folks donated a van. Next thing you know, lots of individuals, maybe even some folks in this room, were calling up and donating furniture. And after that initial need was met, they looked around and said, you know, if we can do this for the folks from New Orleans, what about the folks fleeing up Mars? And then what about the folks who are struggling right here in our community? Fast forward 16 years and we find ourselves where Barnabas now annually visits 2,500 homes to collect 8,000 pieces of furniture. This enables us to partner with 150 different agencies who are helping furnish the change for 700 families a year. And one of the cool parts is we keep 250,000 pounds of furniture waste out of our landfill process. It's amazing because of the people that make it happen. It's amazing what we can do when we come together. At the end of the day, it's individuals, people like you and me, people we don't know. Pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to donate furniture, or I want to donate money. And it expands out to the individuals and the people at corporations and in civic groups and in churches who say, what can we do to help you? So now Barnabas has an extended family of volunteers, over 200 people who are doing what they can to make the world a better place. And it's a pretty amazing experience just to be a part of it. I'm going to close with a brief story about how I got involved in Barnabas. It was a normal weeknight. My daughter was 6 years old at the time. And as one does, I had put her to bed, tucked her in. I went out and found my favorite chair. I sat down and I was going through emails and looking at the calendar to do this, and I was wrapping up the day. And I heard her crying. And this is unusual. She's a strong woman like her mother, and it was a rare occurrence. And I hear her crying. So I rush in there and I'm like, oh, what's wrong? She said, Dad, I feel so bad. And I'm starting, as a young father, I don't know what's going on. And she said, Dad, I feel so bad because some people don't have what we have. Some people don't have houses. Some people don't have the stuff we have. I'm heartbroken. I don't know what they talked about in school or what she might have read, but something stirred in her. She said, Dad, I just feel so bad. When you become a parent, many of you might know this, there's no rule book. Nobody tells you what to say and when to say it. And I can't take credit for this. I just opened my mouth and I heard these words. And I said, Olive, in life, you're going to find that pain is your guide. And it tells you when something needs to change, either in the outside world or in here, often both. And I said, you got your whole life ahead of you to try to make this pain go away. I said, but it's 9 o'clock on a school night, and it'd be cool if you went to sleep. And she took some solace in those words, and pretty soon she drifted off to sleep. And I went back out to my favorite chair and started going through emails. So I was at a point of transition and looking for what that next career opportunity was going to be. And I can't remember if it was that night or if it was the next morning, but I see this email with a job posting for a place called Barnabas Network. Triad's only nonprofit furniture bank that recycles furniture and restores lives. And I heard her words and my words echoing in my ears. And so, my big ask tonight, friends, we don't all start at the same place and we're not all end at the same place. The best we can do is hold hands along the way. My big ask is that you'll hold our hand and help our organization grow and share this mission and this vision of how furniture, something as simple as a place to sit, a place to eat, a place to sleep, can help change someone's life. Specifically, we're looking for philanthropic connections or corporations that believe in making our community stronger. We think we've got a great model on how to do that. We just love introductions, names, numbers, conversations. Okay. Thank you, guys.